Welcome to Seat Time, everybody, the off-road show that brings you all the results, news, and online shenanigans that make being online a good time. We'd like to say thank you to Fly Racing for their support of Seat Time. Please go check them out at flyracing.com. Welcome to Seat Time, everybody. What's going on right now is episode 74. We're having a lot of fun tonight. It is a Tuesday night here in Texas, and if you haven't noticed, we're wearing our straws tonight. And I say that because I have a redneck next to me. I know exactly what it's called. It's a straw. It's not a cowboy hat. This is my straw. You're not supposed to wear these in the wintertime, but you know what? Cecil Parker and I do a lot of stuff that we're not supposed to do in the wintertime, so that's okay.
Wait. You can wear straw in Texas. It's like the only state that has an exception for straw during the wintertime.
Is that cowboy law?
No, we don't have winter.
We just don't have cowboy law. We just do whatever we want to. We have guns. We shoot them. We get crazy. One of the things that's going to be really fun about this evening is we have Charlie Mullins on. Now, he has been already of 2013. The races he has entered, he's won them. He's kicked ass. So the 2012 year that we saw that maybe he had a little bit of mechanicals and a couple injuries, completely gone. I think that we're seeing, he's refreshed. He's figured some things out, whatever it was, which hopefully we're going to figure out. Maybe we'll talk about it a little bit. But that's what's going to happen. So what you're watching, in case you haven't never done it before, is Seat Time. You can find us on YouTube. You can find us at seattime.co. You can find us on Stitcher, and you can find us on iTunes. All the ways to do it. Of course, thank you to Fly Racing, Power Sport Graphics, and to Squarespace. Those are all of our sponsors, and we partner with them greatly. So thank you. Now, before I talk too much more than I already have, I want to say thank you, Mr. Charlie Mullins, for coming on the show. This is your first time, so, you're on the internet live. Boom. What's up?
Oh, not too much. Just down here in Florida, just hanging out, and thanks for having me. It's great to be on the show.
Yeah, it's been too long, unfortunately. I'm excited to have you here. You've done a lot of winning since I've been the guy interviewing people on the couch, and so I'm excited. I don't know why I haven't had you here before. What's the deal? Have you been ignoring me? Did I text you and you just don't like me?
That could be.
If so, I haven't seen it, but yeah, it's great to be on the show, and I've seen a couple episodes, so it's pretty cool to be a part of it now.
Yeah, no, for sure. So obviously you don't have to give us too many details. We know that you have a family and you're a new daddy and all that kinds of stuff, and it's kind of almost still the off season. So you guys are down in Florida. Is this for training purposes? Is this a little bit of family vacay or a little bit of everything?
It's a little bit of everything. We just came down straight from the Enduro and just spending the week down. We'll actually head back home to North Carolina Friday, so I'm actually going riding tomorrow and Thursday down here, and should be a good week. I went mountain biking today and just enjoying the sunshine right now.
Yeah, no, here in Texas, we've had unfortunately not much rain. We're looking forward to hopefully at some point getting some rain. So how's the weather been down there in Florida? Are you guys getting, does it look like it's going to be really good riding conditions for you down there? Or is it, does it look like River Ranch is just going to be a dust bowl?
Right now, I think hopefully they get some rain because today it was almost 80 degrees and sunny. So, and mountain biking is really dry. So I think River Ranch, if they don't get any rain, it's going to be, the typical dust bowl and sand whoops. So hopefully we get some rain.
Yeah. Okay. Now, as we were mentioning, we know that you are a new daddy, so you've got your little boy. We saw him a little bit earlier. If he's fussy, that's okay. I'm not going to make you do anything you don't want to do. But if you could bring him into the picture, it's always awesome to make a 3-month-old famous. So,
yeah,
I'll
bring him back, and he's it's almost bedtime for him, but he can say hi.
That's okay. We all at this point have kids on this side of the fence, so we understand bedtimes. Hey, buddy.
Yeah, he's 3.5 months, so he's been quite the handful, and he's been a lot of fun. So I think it's about time to eat some food and go to bed.
Oh, I understand that. Well, that's cool. I really appreciate you putting him on there. That's pretty awesome. He's a very healthy looking boy. Look at that, man. Oh yes.
Okay, you said his name was Cooper. Did it have some kind of meaning? Did you name him after a family member? Is that an old middle name, or how did he derive that?
No, it's just from a movie we saw. I can't remember the movie what it was, but we just went to the movies when Rachel was pregnant, and just kind of somebody had the name in the movie, and it just kind of stuck. And so really no correlation or anything like that. So just kind of something unique, but not too different.
Yeah. No, and that's good. I think that everybody's got a reason for the way they pick their names, and as long as it's special to you, that's all that matters. You know, my wife and I are the same way with our newest addition. So it's awesome to have. I'm glad to see that it's going well, and I can't wait to meet him if I ever make it to a GNCC this year. We'll see how the pocketbook goes. So, though, what I wanted to talk about is the fact that you've already been kicking ass this 2013. So tell me a little bit about the Sorks race. We talked to Bobbitt a little bit about that race after he did so well, and then of course he did really well at the Sumter Enduro. So how was, coming into 2013 for you for these kind of, I don't know if this was racing into shape or not, so that's maybe a little bit kind of how we want to maybe shape that. Was it racing into shape for you?
No, them local races like the Sorks race and stuff like that, just kind of like warm-up races, but obviously I've been training in the off-season, and I like to do those as just kind of warm-ups. And,
right.
The race was pretty good. Me and Russell actually had a good battle at the Sorks race and the National Hare Scramble at Sumter, and the Sumter Enduro didn't go too well. I ended up having a pretty good get-off, but nothing too major, didn't get hurt or anything, so that was good, and was able to do some testing in between that and National Enduro. So I've had a pretty busy off season, and it's been a lot of fun, been a lot of hard work. So hopefully it keeps paying off.
Yeah, no, I think so far it absolutely looks like it's paying off. Now, I would assume that I would be a 350 rider if I was riding a 4-stroke. I'm on a 300 2-stroke. But this man is definitely a 450 rider. So
I like the 350 better. I'm not going to lie to you.
The 350 better.
The 350 is a sweet bike. That's one of the questions I was looking on the list right here, bud. And I was going to ask you which bike you like best, the 350 or the 450, because I prefer the 350 because it doesn't seem to make you tired on a long run. Would you two feel the same way?
I really haven't had that much time on the 350, to be honest. I rode...
You only won on it, so we would assume you've ridden it a little.
He didn't win. He dominated.
I rode
39 seconds, baby. That's halfway to 69, right?
I would tell you what I'm thinking right now, but I'd get in trouble. But they were all wearing pink tutus except for you, bro.
Yeah, we actually didn't have that much time ride the 350. The first time I rode the bike was the Friday before the Enduro, so. But I think it kind of helped me just riding the 450 full time than just jumping on the 350. It just felt like a real powerful 250F. So I think it kind of helped me more than anything, just jumping on it and going. So it's definitely a different style of how you got to ride the bike. But for the tight woods and enduro style, I think it's a lot easier to ride than the 450 because that 450XC is a handful, so
right.
But it's
a beast.
Well,
it should be real good for Florida and the GNCCs. So right now that's kind of the plan. Just kind of stick with the 450 and GNCCs and ride the 350 and the enduros.
Yeah, and that was one of the things that I kind of got out of the press release that came out after the National Enduro, after the Cherokee National Enduro that happened this past weekend, was that it looked like Shan had, kind of talked to you and found out that that's what you were going to be doing, was riding the 350 more so for the National Enduros. Now, there's a lot of guys that still ride 2-strokes on the Enduro side of things, so why was that not an option for you? Or was it an option and maybe testing didn't go that well? Was there anything there?
Well, back in 2011, I did do that. I rode the 252-stroke 300 in enduros and the 450 and GNCCs, but I just kind of struggled. I thought it'd be easier going back and forth between a 2-stroke and a 4-stroke for me.
Okay.
And it was a lot harder than what I thought it was going to be. And I still had decent results on the 2-stroke, but not what I was searching for. And I think the 350 it's not so different than my 450. Like everything from the triple clamp offset, just everything's identical. So when I jump on the 450 to the 350, it's just, less manageable power in the tight woods. So it's a real easy switch. It's like technically I don't even need a 350 to practice on during the week. I can just jump on it and go. It's that easy of a transition.
At that point, it's like putting a donut on a baseball bat before you go up to practice swing.
That's right.
You just
That's right. I agree.
get
with
in
that
there,
100%.
swing a little bit harder, and all of a sudden it just hits, and you're like, "That is out of the park! All right!"
And he's right, man. I don't think what you do, man, if you get on a 350, even if you ride a 250 or a 300, man, and you jump on a 350, it's still like those bikes with 5 more horsepower on a 350 compared to a two-stroke. A two-stroke, you got to wind it, but yeah, the 350 is a superior bike to a two-stroke, I think.
I think he's just jealous because of the fact that I'm just a little bit faster than he is. I'm on a 300, and but to give Cecil complete credit, he is the 38 plus A champion from Toro this past year. So he's not just old; he's old and fast.
Mostly just old.
Okay, so again, you had coming away as the 2011 GNCC champion in the XC1 class, and then you were the 2010 National Enduro champion back when you were still on the Yamaha. Those 2 extremely good years in a row. They built upon each other, I think, phenomenally. You really kind of found your pace again when you got into the National Enduros and got that championship, and that you got on KTM. And really brought in a ton of momentum. Now, 2012, I don't think went the way that obviously you were kind of predicting that it would go. So, knowing what you know now, and now that you're in front of it, you've got 2012 behind you, you've got some of the injuries and some of the mechanicals. So, personally, as a rider, what have you learned? And then, as well as a team, what have you learned now with your mechanic and kind of going in, and how do you approach 2013 to try to mediate some of the stuff that did happen to you in 2012?
Like you said, 2012, I was on the factory edition, the bike. It was brand new and just had a lot of bugs you had to work out. So
you were on the Dungey bike, right?
Yeah, which it kind of transitioned. I'm still currently what you call the Dungey bike. It's just now their standard 450, but
right.
The bike, it was just new, and it was just so
Mullins bike.
we learned a lot last year. That was definitely a year I'd like to put behind me. Probably the worst year I've had, but we've learned a lot as a team. We've got the bike pretty dialed. I don't think it can get much better. It works really good. So this year we're just kind of moving forward, and we got the bike dialed. I'm healthy. Got my confidence, so I think it's going to be a real good year for both series. I'm really anxious to get down to Florida and race the GNCC. It's going to be pretty tough this year with Strain coming back and Whibley and Caleb. It's going to be an interesting year, but ultimately I'd like to get that championship back.
Wait a minute. You see that over there? Can you see that?
That's us.
That's the eye of the tiger, man.
That's
He's
the
got
little-
it.
the
He's
little
got it. He's got it.
Cecil sees it. He's like, nope, yeah, Mullins is back, baby. 2012 ain't got nothing on Mullins. He's coming back. So I guess when it comes down to the SXF, are you running a Kickstarter or are you all battery powered?
That's a good question.
Well, the Dungey bike this year actually comes without you can't even put a Kickstarter on, but my bike, it has a Kickstarter and electric start, but I don't even use the kicker on the starting. It's just almost for a backup. The battery's pretty fast, and this year we're actually got the starting even better, so we should have hopefully get some hole shots this year.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's been really hard. The engine guy is getting it developed and just getting the bike firing right up. So I think we're going to be, me and Caleb both are going to be up front on the starts this year. So that should be exciting and having good starts.
Huh. So you're running the SXF bike, but you actually have different cases so that you have a Kickstarter. So I guess you have the XC cases on it.
No, I actually ride this year's the first year for the 450 XCF.
Okay.
Last year they had their carb 450, then the Dungey bike, and this year it kind of carried over. And the XC still has the where you can put a Kickstarter on. So
okay, that's all right. That's my own ignorance. I apologize. From everything I read, I think you were on the XF, but
After the problems you had last year, if I remember correctly, you rode you went back and rode the 12 XCF. I mean, not the SXF, didn't you?
Yeah, I rode the carbureted bike at Florida and Georgia, and it was good. Then I made the switch at round 3 at Steel Creek. I rode the Dungy bike, or the 450, the FI bike, full time, and just kind of had my own struggles at the first 2 races. And actually, I got a podium on the bike, a couple podiums, and I had a couple freak accidents or freak issues 2 races in a row that kind of put me back in points. Then the following weekend, I ended up getting hurt. So it was just kind of almost like 3 bad weekends in a row that kind of ruined my whole year.
Right.
But for the most part, 2012 at the beginning wasn't that bad of a year as far as the enduros and everything going. It was on the right track, but about midway through, it just kind of got derailed, which kind of sucked. But we're all good and rebounded now.
Cool. Well, after your win now at the Cherokee National Enduro, is your plan with KTM to contest that whole series for 2013?
Yeah, that was the original. Do enduros and GNCCs and possibly 6 days again this year. So,
ooh,
got a busy schedule again this year. So,
well, if you can pack an extra bag, Cecil and I will lose weight. We will easily try to fit in, any of that extra luggage. If you leave out maybe some of your recovery pills or something fun, you can fit us, and we're pretty much. Yeah, I mean, we're pretty much like the purveyors of a good time. So
that's a good question. What do you use for recovery on your recovery days?
As far as supplements or just
supplements, whatever, relaxation process, maybe just a quick 30-second what Monday's like after Sunday.
Usually enduros, they're not too bad. GNCCs I feel more beat down than enduro. They're I feel just as fresh on Monday as I do going into the race before.
He's an animal.
I tell you right now, you suck, and I hate you. I can't even get out of bed properly until at least Tuesday afternoon after an enduro on Sunday. So maybe you should come do an enduro and be on my row, and I'll show you how sucking an enduro really makes your Mondays suck. Okay.
But yeah, I like to get in just a good mountain bike ride or just something real light and. Just a real low heart rate, just kind of a easy pace run or a mountain bike or just some sort of stretching or just something.
So
this is Monday? This is Monday?
He's saying no baby practice.
Nope. I didn't say that.
You got to keep practicing until you're good at it. Right. He's getting there.
I didn't say that.
But, I use, just muscle milk, whey protein stuff, and they got some good stuff, so just the standard stuff. No big secrets. Just recovery stuff, and just try and eat as healthy as I can is the main key.
I like it. He's just being awesome. That's what happens. Okay, Steven, I don't know if we've had too much interaction in the chat room, but if there were any questions that are coming up, let us know in a second here. Kind of riddle yourself some of those for Mr. Mullins. Everybody gets a chance to kind of see what we can do here. So I want to know, it doesn't. You said you're already in Florida. I would think that you're not contesting the OMAs then, because that is in, I believe, northern Alabama, but I don't know how close that is. So are you planning on contesting the OMAs at all, or?
No, I'd really like to do the OMA this weekend, but it's a far drive, and there really hasn't been much prep talk between Auntie and I, and it's just kind of, I got enough on my plate as it is.
Right. Understood.
So with the GNCCs and the enduros, I'm pretty full, but I really enjoy the OMA series. I'd like to do more of them. I think the last one I did was back in, I want to say 2008. So it's been a while, but they always have nice tracks, and maybe one of these days I can make it out to another one.
Right. It sounds like they're making some changes this year too. I saw a couple press releases going out that they were making some format changes and stuff. No pre-riding, none of that stuff.
Pre-riding now?
Yeah. So
I didn't know.
Well, you guys were allowed to see the course or walk the course, or honestly, go ahead. Yeah, because you probably remember what it was like.
Yeah, like on Saturday, I think you could kind of ride some of the course, but not all of the course. But yeah, it seems like they're making some changes, and it should be pretty exciting with Wibley and Russell and Behringer and Caleb. They're getting a lot more support, so I think it's great for the series, and it should be a pretty interesting year with Caleb and Wibley battling it out in Russ.
Oh my gosh,
makes
yeah.
you see how that unfolds.
And hopefully we get to see a couple other guys get in there too. Like if you had an off weekend and it wasn't the weekend before, at GNCC, you could get in there and kind of compete with some of those guys. I think it would be fantastic to see some more racing between you guys. Do you think, was there anything, Steven, that kind of caught your eye? Questions that are good for people? I don't, unfortunately don't have the chat room up right now, so.
We got one question about how you won the first section by over 20 seconds.
Okay, so I don't know if you heard him, but yeah, apparently you won the first section by over 20 seconds at the Cherokee National Enduro. So going into that, I mean, was it just like, holy shit, I just won that? Or you were kind of like, I'm on it, man. Rails are under me. I'm kicking ass.
Honestly, no. I the first test, I thought it went okay. I actually crashed a lapper, or a guy on the row in front of me changed up his line and hit my front wheel, and I actually ended up going down. And I made a few mistakes, but I think
awesome.
in the beginning, being on row 31, I think that had its advantage. Obviously, I won't have that advantage next weekend, the first test, but
no, you will not.
no. But I think a few tests it helped me, but a couple other tests I think kind of hurt me on the day. But I just rode the best I could in the test, and it actually ended up being a good time, and I was really surprised. So, yeah, I don't know how it happened, but it did.
That's okay.
It'll be all right.
Yeah, I think
slaughtered them.
You're going to have plenty of other enduros and plenty of other test sections to make it up and feel, I guess, more comfortable with your speed and kick even more ass.
Hey, I got a good question for him.
Do it. What's up?
Hey, man, you've probably ridden every KTM there is by now, riding for the KTM guys. What's your favorite bike out of all the KTMs that you've ridden so far? Not maybe so much a race bike, maybe something you've practiced on, maybe something you just went out and goofed or goon rode on, you know what I'm saying? And what would be your favorite one out of all the KTMs you've rode?
They're all pretty good, but it's probably pretty cliche, but I like the 150.
The 150.
That's a real man right there, buddy. That's my wife. One of my wife rides.
It's just you just hold it wide open everywhere, and it's just an awesome little bike. And I'd say for a play bike, that'd be the number one bike I'd go buy.
I like it. I like it.
Man,
thanks for being honest.
I don't know if I could actually ride a 150. It's unfortunate. I don't have the manly gall it takes to just literally elbow it to the ground, and just kind of wrap it out the entire.
No, I do. I just can't afford it.
Yeah, I hate blowing up pistons and rings and bikes and cylinder heads. And
man, if I was in his spot, man, and they were giving me whatever I wanted, it'd be I'd be killing a little small bore somewhere, man, just for fun.
Right? I don't know if he gets everything he wants, but I'm pretty sure he's like, hey, maybe I should ride a 150 on the weekends. And they're like, all right, yeah, we can do that.
You're going to have three.
Had their Christmas party back in December at Paula, and they had every bike you could test from a 125 all the way up to a 450, and I rode every single one, and I thought the 150 was the most fun. So,
nice.
But they're good bikes. Small.
Yeah, and it's not even necessarily what you're the fastest on, just what brings up the most fun factors.
Yeah,
so that makes perfect
sometimes
sense.
It's when you can feel the grin to the ears. You're just like, I'm having the most fun I've had in X amount of time or whatnot. Yeah, for sure. Okay, have you, or do you know if you will ride an air shock on one of your off-road motorcycles in the near future?
I don't even think I could get access to one. So. No, our stuff's actually pretty good this year. We had a good test session a couple weeks ago with WP guys, and worked really hard and got my bike dialed in. So I'm real happy with the overall bike, how it's working. So I think the bike's really good this year, and I'm really happy with how it's working. So no need to change anything up.
Interesting. All right. Well, how'd you get the nickname Hot Rod? Hot Rod?
Boom, dig it.
my dad's called me that ever since I can remember. I don't even know how it came. He's called me Hot Rod since 5 years old or something. It's just kind of stuck, and people call me C Mully, Hot Rod. I got a few of them.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. I was when we were texting earlier, I was kind of like, "Hey, Mullins, what's your Skype address so I can figure it out?" And he sent it to me, and I was like, "I'm an absolute idiot." Not that I'm going to call it out exactly right now, but I'm pretty sure people could figure it out. It's pretty I was like, "Wow." Very, very consistent. So I appreciate that. It makes it easier on everybody to stay that consistent. So it's okay by my book, but for sure it was kind of interesting. Okay, well, Cecil, any more questions from you, Mr. Mullins?
I thought he was just named after a crankshaft or something, man. I wasn't sure. So I'm glad he clarified that.
Not to know he's not. I mean, you never know. He said his dad at 5. He doesn't know what that would have been at 5. He could have done something stupid, and his dad was like, "You damn crankshaft!" I mean, hot rod.
I just figured he broke a bunch of crankshafts on everything he rode, watching him ride, and his dad just named him crankshaft or hot rod after a crankshaft.
At least he didn't get named a good time, right?
That's right. That's right.
So I guess there's always that. Steven, anything else? We got fun going on?
Yeah, well, we got a couple more questions.
All right, you pick a fun one because somebody needs to go put a boy to sleep soon.
It's all about racing, actually. So, how do you think the National Enduro's doing about the row assignments?
Okay, that's a good one because I'm going to make an assumption that is due to the fact that they are now changing it up. So you started on row 31 because you were 11th last year when you finished in the National Enduro Series. But now at the next race, round 2, you're going to be on 21 because you're technically first place in points. So they're kind of bringing you guys to the front of the AA rows. So, yeah, give us your thoughts on that because I have my own opinions, but, what are my opinions?
I was actually for the change when they were deciding the year before. I thought it was a good idea. And, I think it'll all balance out on the fast guys up front. I think it'll even out. And I think it's cool. It's great for the series, just something to change it up and keep it interesting, especially because, like you said, I'm going to be on road 21 next race, so it could be a different outcome, but I guess we'll see how it goes, and I'm excited for it. I think it'll be a good challenge, and it's great.
Okay, well, do you think it's because of the fact that you like the terrain better in the early 20s versus the early 30s, or do you think it's better because of the fact that people who aren't maybe C riders don't get into the 20s, but they might get into the 30s? Is there an opinion on that, or?
Well, from my experience being on 21, 31, I prefer a later row. It's just easier to read the trails. Obviously, I think I had a semi-advantage this past weekend. The trail was more broken. I had a lot of fast guys in front of me picking out good lines, so it's basically you just pin it and go for it. As to where you're on road 21, you're kind of almost making the lines, and it's kind of a little more difficult to read the trail and pick out good lines instead of just seeing the trail and pinning it. So being on 21, you got to be on your game. Every second counts, and you don't want to make any mistakes. Being on that front row and just picking good lines is pretty much
Right. Okay, cool. No. Is Steven, you got anything else that's floating around in there? Good questions, or is everybody starting to suck now?
Well, we've only got 3 viewers in the chat room.
Oh, well, that's ridiculous. Yeah, okay. But numbers-wise, we've got a shit ton more people than that, but unfortunately, we've only got 3 people in the chat room, so that's kind of a shit show. So we're going to say it right now. If anybody else is that's watching, get in the damn chat room, because obviously we want you to be able to ask Mr. Mullins the questions that you want to ask him, and that's the way you do it. It's through the chat room. So
That's what you got me here for, right, bro?
yeah, exactly. Turn yourself back on.
We got a question about the change to the 350 XCF.
Oh, well, I think we kind of already hit on that because of the fact that, it's a little bit more nimble bike. He kind of wants to, you can ride the 350 a little bit more like you could the 250, and it felt like a little bit more nimble bike. I mean, that's kind of a synopsis of what you were getting to, right?
No, I think what they're hitting on is that I think the new 350XX, because of the redesign of the casings that they did on it, is actually enabled a little bit more horsepower, and that may be what they're trying to ask him about.
Maybe that's
is how does it feel with the extra 4 or 5 horsepower?
maybe that was it.
Yeah, the 350 is awesome. There's really not much weight difference between the 450 and the 350. I think it's only like 4 or 5 pounds, so it's really not that much. But just how the power delivery of the 350 and just, I guess, the inertia of the motor and how it feels just makes it feel 20 pounds lighter. So that's kind of the main reason. Just like I said, just the quick, easy nimbleness of it.
Boom diggity. Yeah, I could even see a big difference sometimes going back and forth between a 250 two-stroke and a 300 two-stroke, just because there really is that kind of that inertia and the power that the bike can put out really somehow creates a little bit more nimble feel on a 250, and it feels like you almost have to brake less, even though you're probably braking the exact same between the 250 and 300. So, I don't know. All right, anything else, or we're going to let him go, Steven?
I got one more question.
Oh, it's got one more question. Sorry, not yet, Mullins.
Almost.
You're
I
halfway.
could tell by the grin on your face, man, that you're really happily married. So how does it feel being married to the most awesome person in the world? Because I too am in the same boat, and I can tell by the grin on your face.
Well, y'all aren't married to the same most awesome person in the world.
Well, yeah, we got our own people that we're married to,
your own respective awesome people.
There you go. But I can tell by the look on this guy's face, he digs his wife, man. He's digging that kid. I love it.
Yeah, it's all good. She's a good girl and he's a good boy, so it's good. I couldn't be happier. We're just living the dream, I guess, traveling in the motorhome, hitting races, and doing it as a family. So it's a lot of fun, and I'm pretty blessed and thankful to be able to do what I do. So and have great supporters behind me. So it's awesome.
I love it. That's a fantastic question, Mr. Cecil Parker. I'm so glad I had you on for that. You can go home now.
Did I do something wrong?
No, you're fine. Absolutely
Did I
not.
mess up?
So, Mullins, this is your chance. Then we'll go ahead and let you go. We know you got to get your boy down to sleep and stuff. So, one, we say thank you very much for having you on. But two, please, give out any of the little shout-outs that you like to of your sponsors and or friends or just famous people or people you want to make famous. I mean, this is seat time. There's a lot of people watching.
You like Burt Reynolds, right?
Yeah, I just for having me, and hopefully I'll be back on. You guys will have me back. But I'd like to thank Auntie for putting up with me and making everything happen.
That's his other wife.
Auntie is his team manager, so he's like the head of the mechanic.
Got it.
He's been awesome, and he's been real patient, and he's worked real good. So I'd like to thank Auntie, KTM, Thor, my mechanic Chuck, just everybody on the whole KTM team. It's been a great start to the year, and everybody else. My buddy Mark, he's helped me at a few of the local races. So there's been a lot of people. So hopefully it's a good way to start the year, and keep it going and have a little bit more success this year.
Or you can be just like me and hope none of the competitors find out how great KTM is, brother. Because it may be the great equalizer. There's nothing like riding a KTM, man. Orange rules, bro.
Hell yeah. I bleed orange. I got there. I came off of Yamaha. I went to KTM. I'm never going back.
I rode Zooks for a long time, man, and I told myself when I have to buy my own bike and actually pay for it, I'm going to buy what I want. It was orange.
Nice. Cool.
Same here.
More question.
One more quick one.
Whoa, we got 4 viewers now. Hang in there, bro.
Shit's gonna get crazy, man.
It's getting wild, man.
Whoa, let's make sure we understand that chat room numbers are not viewer numbers. I can tell you right now that there are at least 100.
Well, my wife tried to sign up on the chat room the other night, and after 45 minutes, she gave up.
That was our own technical difficulties because we suck at life, but still. All right, let's see what's up.
Number one training tip for GNCCs during the week.
Did you hear that? Yeah. Number one training tip for GNCCs during the week.
Don't knock shit over next to the couch. That's what the training tip is.
Dig it.
I'd say the biggest thing I do, I just mountain bike. I really enjoy it. I think the biggest thing is find a training you enjoy doing and what you like. And mine's obviously, I really like mountain biking. I do it quite a bit during the week. So just find something you like and just go for it. Whether it be running, cycling, running on a treadmill, any type of cardio will get you in shape for GNCC, but I think the key is just making it fun and, putting in the work too.
I want to add one little bit to that, and this is something a lot of people don't understand. But I heard you hit on nutrition earlier, and what a lot of people don't understand is if you feed your body right through the week, the recovery time is greater also. And it seems like I bet you eat the right stuff all week long. You seem like a fitness nut all the way.
No, I mean I try.
He's like, I got Snickers, man. That's my drug choice.
I did have a bag of M&Ms for dessert.
Oh, you're making me look bad, huh?
You don't know what the hell you're talking about.
I'm wrong, dude.
Talking out of his ass over here.
Yeah, that's right.
Clean up, and I have cleaned up my diet this year, but I'll sneak in some sweets. I got a bad sweet tooth, so I'm doing the best I can, and I know what works for me and what doesn't, so I just kind of apply it and use it to my best knowledge.
If myself as a local A rider could give a AA national rider any advice on...
Shut up.
Yeah,
Close your mouth right now.
With my,
he's going to reach through the screen and slap you on the hat.
It's probably going to happen. If I had any advice, it would be to buy dark chocolate almond milk. I have a big sweet tooth as well, and that is actually something that really helps me out a lot because of the fact you get done with dinner and you're like, oh, I need that sweet something. And you can still like eat your M&Ms, but then you kind of like don't eat as much because you drank some of that dark chocolate almond milk, and that shit is fantastic. Oh,
really?
Yeah,
try that.
I think it's kind of like like your muscle milks and all that stuff. I mean, not recovery wise, but just taste wise. Like it's there and it's good. I think it's awesome. So, all right, well, dude. Dude, please do tell me what you think. If you have bowel problems, I apologize. I didn't realize you were allergic to almonds. I don't know what's up. That's your own damn fault. So I say thank you, right, Cecil?
I'm with stupid.
Yeah, absolutely you are. This is what's happening. So I thank you for being on Seat Time. I really hope everybody stays tuned because we're going to talk about all kinds of fun news and some results. But all right, last bit of advice. What's up, Mullins? Last bit of advice.
For who?
Yes. I don't know.
Is there another web question?
For your best friend.
My best friend? I don't even know. Just Mark. I guess I'd have to give advice to my buddy Mark who's watching, and hopefully he can go over to my house and get his Honda fixed. It's still
nice.
It's still in the garage.
I need a riding partner. Get your shit done.
Get going.
I like it. Well, dude, again, we really appreciate you being on Seat Time. It's been a fantastic 38 minutes. We're going to go ahead and let you go because we're kind like that, and we're going to talk through the rest of it. But tell your wife, Rachel, we said thank you. Tell Cooper we said hi. High-five him for us. And good luck in Florida if we don't talk beforehand. I'm pretty sure I'll randomly text you tonight, and I apologize. But it's going to happen.
So I can come up in the pits now, and when I come to the next GNCC and go, hey, man, you remember me? No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
He's going to be like, I never heard of you.
Yeah. All right, dude, take it easy.
You guys.
Absolutely. We're going to do it again.
All right, sounds good. Take care.
Later, man.
Thanks again, man. You're awesome.
All right, Steven's going to go ahead and close all that stuff up for us and shut that down. We really appreciate Charlie Mullins for being on the show. I mean, that's pretty awesome. I really don't know how we weren't able to have him on the show up until now, but we've had him on the show. It's been fantastic. So I think one of the things we could touch on really quick is the actual full-on results with Mullins on the show. There's no point. I want to talk about Mullins, but one of the deals is that the Cherokee National Enduro was round one of the whole entire National Enduro Series for 2013. So with Mullins in first place, he actually won Test 1 and Test 2. I know, that's weird. No, well, actually we don't. Yeah, we don't. So, and then Farringer in second place won Test...
Cool kind of what
Someone commented on it.
Oh, they're pulling on it and stuff?
Like an umbilical cord.
Hey, man, I'm telling you, rednecks like us, we got to be attached somewhere, right?
Bingo.
And it's just gay if our penis is touched, so we got to use the same headphones.
Easy. That's how rumor starts, man.
I know, I agree. That Bobbitt in fifth place, or Bobbitt in third place, winning Test 5, and then we had Bakken in fourth, winning Test 3. I think, not that I wasn't impressed. Not my wife, but his wife. Please fill that up. I was really impressed with Bakken. I think Bakken had the best performance, or unexpected performance. So I was really impressed with the way that Bakken performed.
I don't know who that is.
Are you picking me up? Boom. Boom. Yeah, we are. I like it. All right. We'll also have to say thank you very much to one of our partners here while we're talking about it is Fly Racing. FlyRacing.com is where you can check them out. No, we got it. It's understood.
That needs a double.
Oh, you're gonna double dip it. You're gonna double dip it. All right. So if you're gonna go
double mic.
double dip anybody, what you want to do is you're gonna double dip Fly Racing. So you want to go check them out at FlyRacing.com. They're obviously a fantastic partner and sponsor of Seat Time. They just released a lot
And
of spring
TCCRA.
and TCCRA and Toro. A lot
And
of local
Toro.
Texas series.
Big time supporter of a lot of North Texas racing right there. Those guys are awesome,
So
man.
North Texas needs to make sure they buy a shit ton of gear from Fly Racing.
Everybody
They
should
did
go
just
buy
release-
gear and be sure to sign up for contingency. 'Cause
Yes.
that's what they judge what their name out there is doing is by buying signing up for contingency and earning money for winning races.
Email people, tell them Seat Time's awesome, and sign up for contingencies. But they did just release all their 2013 spring line, so the new kinetic mesh for this year is going to be fantastic. I'm looking forward to wearing some of that. I did just order some new youth gear for my daughter. I'm going to have her completely decked out in Fly Racing, so I think if you have a daughter and or a son, you should make sure that they're in Fly Racing gear. Right, Jess? Mm-hmm. That's what's going to happen. All right, we're going to let Cecil Parker amaze us with his beer opening abilities really quick, and we're going to get back to some of the news that happened so recently.
I lost my phone.
Oh,
I was
You don't
going
have
to
your
open my
iPhone to open your
beer
beer with?
with my iPhone and I lost it.
that's okay.
Give me your phone, woman.
I'm drinking the rest of this 40 Creek and Diet Coke that you got me. I think it's
Pissed in
pretty.
that, by the way.
I mean,
I'll tell
this
you
is
that
the best
that's
urine I've ever drank since it tastes like whiskey.
It's filtered whiskey.
That's okay. It happens to the best of it. So I think because of we talked about Charlie Mullins coming on the show with he's a big GNCC racer, obviously being the 2011 XC1 champion.
How cool is he, man?
Really cool. I was very, very impressed with his with all of his answers and how
Dude,
phenomenally
he's like,
white his teeth are.
dude, he's like the most down to earth guy you've ever. I mean, I'm not knocking anybody.
Well, he's from Ohio and he lives in North Carolina. I mean, you just got to be.
Dude, he was just awesome, man. He was really a neat guy to hang out
Super
with,
chill,
man.
I think.
I mean, I feel privileged just to have his presence, man. It was
Privileged
like,
to be on the internet with him.
yeah. It was cool, dude. He's
And
like,
we even have our pants on, so that's fun.
yeah. Well, any guy can put up with me. I like him. That's the way I look at it because I tend to annoy people.
There aren't
sometimes.
too many of us out there. are
That's
there?
right. That's right, man.
No, there's not.
That's
So,
right.
When it comes to the GNCC racing, a lot of people were wondering, oh my God, we had so many teams that have come out, and so much news that's been released. Well, one of the things that got released this past week, or late last week, was the fact that Rory Mead was not going to be riding for the WMR race team out of Florida. So everybody's like, well, where's he going to be riding? Well, at the Cherokee National Enduro, they saw a picture of him with duct tape on his shirt, his jersey, and it said RPM. And it's kind of like, oh, is it the RPM team? And, nobody officially had a press release. Well, the press release finally came out, and Rory Mead is going to be on the he's going to be competing in the XC1 class for the RPM team. So they're coming east. They've had racers in the east before in the GNCC series and some other series, but they've never really, I think, had the kind of commanding effort that they're going to have right now so Rory Mead is going to be on the RPM team, and then we've got Casey Martinez is going to be doing the women's class, trying to compete with, she will be competing with Maria Forsberg. So, they're going to, even though they're both going to be on KTMs, they're going to kind of come back and see if they can compete there. Casey Martinez is a very good works racer from the West Coast. Another works racer from the West Coast, Travis Coy, who was on the junior ISTE team this past year, is going to be their XC2 rider. So, I mean, that's pretty cool. I think it's good that we're actually getting these press releases and people are doing the right thing and putting the news out the way they're supposed to do that. I'm happy that happens.
I'm digging it.
What do you think about Rory Mead?
I've never even heard of him.
Third last year in the GNCC XC1.
Yeah, I'm not. That
First two-stroke winner last year.
Is he American?
Since '08 when Canny did it.
is he American?
He's not.
That's probably why I don't know him, man. I'm a big red, white, and blue guy right now.
You could have just ended it at red neck.
Yeah, Nick. Yeah, but I think I've seen the guy.
Oh, you've seen him.
I've seen him.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's
Did
fine. No, we got that's
You said I could sidetrack you if we got done with Mullen, so that's what I was doing.
Oh, he's trying to sidetrack me. Oh, well, then next bit of news.
Did it work? It did. You
I
got
don't know.
quiet.
I don't think.
You got quiet.
Did I? Maybe I was just
If you could make
actually
Brian
letting you
Pierce
have-
shut up, you did something right. I just made him
you
quiet.
just- yeah, I have been told by two different people who don't know each other that I have the gift of gab. I don't know if that's true.
So
or
that's
not.
what they're calling it nowadays, right? I thought it was just plain old out bull.
It went from herpes to the gift of gab. Okay.
Well, after you get married, children, after you get married, they call it the gift of gab. Before that, they call it herpes.
Yeah. So another thing that you can get after you get married is arm pump.
You can stop now. We're getting X-rated.
They're
They're going to kick us off the air, man.
They can't do that, which is nice. But that actually is a little bit of a tie-in, and not just because of the fact that Caleb Russell just got married, but he did actually have arm pump surgery. Now, I have not heard about a rider having arm. Now, it may be happening, but I haven't heard about a rider having arm pump surgery since like the early to mid '90s when all the motocross and supercross guys were getting it done. Because
I thought that was where they did carpal tunnel.
well, and that's the thing is like, yeah, Russell and I were talking about it, and he said it was arm pump surgery specific to the fact that he had very, very bad arm pump, and it's been a big problem for him riding for a very, very long time, and so. You know, this was after many, many different types of resolutions trying to come to a conclusion on what was causing the problem.
Well,
He went ahead and had surgery.
At some point in time, I mean, you just got to do something about it.
I know. And it's just interesting to that this is coming back up. Obviously, I talked to Russell a little bit just to make sure that I had all the facts right, and it sounds like, he had a legitimate reason. He's going to go ahead and do it, and but you go back to kind of a lot of the motocross and supercross guys doing that. It seemed like it was the thing to do. Now, obviously, I haven't, that doesn't seem like the case here, but it's just interesting that 20 years later that it kind of still is.
I figured just getting married would have cured the arm pump.
Yeah. But maybe vice versa. I don't know. I don't know anybody's love life or lack thereof.
No, I'm sorry. If I offended anybody, I apologize.
Well, don't apologize now. You can apologize at the end of the show because it's not like it's going to be the first nor the last time you say anything stupid.
Dig it.
Dig it. Right?
I'm fixing to get his goat, man. I'm fixing to go. He's just digging a hole right
You
now,
can't be
man.
my goat. You're not the greatest of all time just yet.
Yeah.
No? Nothing?
No. None. I'm working on it.
All right. So
I'll
some more
sneak
news
attack.
that was fun was the fact that Racer TV or Racer X, Racer Illustrated, however you want to look at it, MX Sports maybe, announced the fact that they're going to have all the GNCC races, all the ATV races, all the UTV races, and a lot more going on online. So Racer TV online now is racertv.com, and they're going to be webcasting live from all the GNCC events. And a lot of the the off-road four-wheeler ATV motocrosses, all that kinds of stuff that you used to essentially have to wait to watch on the Racer TV on their little sports network. Now you're going to be able to watch either live or phenomenally much quicker because of the fact that it's going to be less edited for TV and it'll be able to be edited for a web video and put on their on racertv.com. Do you watch anything online? Do you watch videos? Do you talk about people?
Oh, man, I'm not big online, man. I mean, we go race, we come home, we sit on the couch, and pretty much we're like, what do you call it?
Homebodies?
No, man. It's like when the weekend's over, we got our shows that we're going to go home and watch, and that just right there takes up our time to relax.
Oh, like DVR kind of stuff?
DVR, yeah, that's what I was trying to think of. Thank you.
So
you bailed me out on that one.
That's
You
fine.
buried me on the first two, but you bailed me out on that one. I appreciate it.
To make a word for you.
There you go.
So speaking of DVR, did you get a chance to DVR the Supercross this last weekend?
Whoa! Hey, did you see all that blowing up on my Facebook page, man?
Look at this. Still have my Supercross band on.
I bet
from
your
this
wife
past
wishes you'd take that off.
week. No, that's all I wear at night.
He's got one around his. Can you say wiener?
You got it. I actually don't because I would have to buy two to then put it on. There ain't no way.
Hey, well, I can see you walking up to the gate going, all right, I see your wristband.
Yeah. Zip.
I'm using it for a.
Jess, could I please have another of my unmanly ciders?
That's one of good. It's in the cooler, babe. It's
Yeah,
the
yeah,
one with a
they're
little
right
pear
there.
on it. Just dump
I
the ice
appreciate
in
it.
there. We have a great bartender tonight. We have Jessica Parker here, and she's on the spot. Covered
You can't
side
see
by
her because
side
she's
track.
technically not enclosed. She's not
naked.
just a great bartender.
Yeah, and she's naked.
Man, she's naked.
She's naked, and she's dealing. She's serving alcohol. It's great.
Yep, that's pretty much how it rolls here on
better
CTF.
than the titty
All
bar, right?
Before, even though I love it when we get off track, but I want people to continuously kind of watch these shows.
Yes. Okay. So we had some stuff we
Supercross was
needed.
pretty badass.
Awesome.
Supercross was pretty badass. I think.
What about the whole Bubba conspiracy bullcrap? Blah 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 blah. So we're pretty much down to somebody. One of the mechanics must have cut the, according to what Jameson said, one of the mechanics must have took a hacksaw and cut the clutch cable half in two, hoping it would break going over triple and kill him, and they could collect the life insurance.
I did a little bit of listening to the Pulp MX show today while I was driving to and from work, and Steve Mathis says that he went and talked to them, and that the way that they referred to it is that the clutch lever literally was, as if the cable was unactuated. So you could, sit there and do that on the lever, and as if there was zero pressure. Now, and he mentioned, that could be quite a few different things, like the actuator arm, the rod that goes through. That could create an issue like that.
All I can say is if Bubba wants to quit DNFing, he's going to have to ride a KTM.
Yeah.
And that ain't going to happen because
his brother's riding a KTM, and his brother's not going to have a ride at the end of Supercross. So,
well, they have the same syndrome. Is that twist?
I wouldn't do that. You want to get all serious on it and open that thing up serious.
I figured being an American sissy beer there, it would be.
No. It's not an American sissy beer. It's an American sissy.
Our friend has a wheat lactose intolerant syndrome where it makes him go wee-wee on the pooper potty too much. So he has to drink a non-wheat bullcrap. So being the friend that I am, I stopped over and picked him up some pear piss on the way.
So here's my pear piss. All right. Before we go on to some more news, of course, we have to say thank you to another one of our big partners here at Seat Time is Powersport Graphics.
Boom!
So what's neat is the fact that you can go online and you can save some money by getting on their website. And one, you can do their ready-to-ship option. So the ready-to-ship option, you're going to save 40%. You're like, ooh, I want those graphics. I'm going to go with it.
Is that those graphics we were putting on our bike?
Oh, well, that I have on my bike that you at some point are going to put on your
I'm
bike.
putting mine on at the beginning of the season. I'm waiting on my check to come in the mail.
Don't put them on tonight because you're going to screw it up.
No, I'm waiting on my check to come in the mail. See?
All right.
Baby, put them on.
And what's also I'd like to mention, too, is that you can order their pre-printed numbers before 11 a.m. Eastern time, and you get same-day shipping. So if you're like, holy crap, I need to get some stuff.
Hey, actually, they hooked me up pretty good being a whatever. Those are good-looking graphics, and I thought the prices were really reasonable.
Oh, no, yeah, absolutely. And what's even more awesome is that that Powersport Graphics, ridepg.com, where you can find them online, has offered a 10% seat time discount. So you can go online, and if you're just looking to buy anything online, anything that they offer, which would be, maybe some shroud graphics, you get 10% off. You just put the discount code in seat time, SEATTIME. I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, we've got a great partner in Powersport Graphics, and that's what we like to talk about is the fact that, people give a crap, and we're thankful that they do.
Dig it.
Amazing.
Now, we got to do something stupid before we're off here. It's been an awful long time. There's something stupid happening.
Oh, dude. Well, we got.
Are you going to piss in the seat time cup there or something,
we got
man?
Time to talk. I don't know what you're talking about.
Come on, man. We need something great to happen tonight. What's going to be the epic portion of the night, man? We've had one of those before. Hey, did we talk about the Toro banquet yet? Is everybody going to the Toro banquet out there tonight?
I think it's about time.
It's March 22nd. We're having problems selling tickets, so I've got this really great idea, and it's pretty much going to happen. So Kevin Ruckashell and Tyler Ruckashell, because they're not selling enough tickets, have agreed to show up and have a boxing match in their underwear. And Tiffany Barnell. Well, Tiffany.
Should I text her right now and tell her that she is now...
She's going to wrap a big green sausage around her neck, and she's going to parade around in a thong and hold the 30-second card while those two boys box in their underwear at the banquet. So we're desperate to sell tickets, so be sure you come on out. Don't miss the fight of the century between the two rucks, and because it's really funny if you have radio on, they really fight all the time, but they're father-son, so they really don't mean it. So be sure, don't miss it. $30 a ticket, March 22nd. Be there at B Square.
Yeah, I just went ahead and told Cecil or Tiffany that Cecil's, I guess, putting her into situations that she may not want to be in, but she should tune in quick so that way she can defend herself.
You better be paying attention, woman, because I'm going to hang you out to dry with a big green sausage if you don't get busy.
Is Jess okay with that?
I don't have green sausage. I have an orange sausage.
Oh.
I did not speak of orange
Yeah, he
sausage. I was
doesn't-
talking to green sausage.
He doesn't just bleed orange. There's other kinds of orange.
It's
stuff.
all wrapped in orange. Anyway,
Yeah.
my rubbers say KTM on them.
Is that why it's always so fast for Jessica?
It's like a 350 man on the rev limiter.
I gotta hold that shit wide open to keep the horsepower up. You know what
That's
I'm
right,
saying?
man. Whoa, I'm in a deep sand.
Man, these whoops are just fucking crazy on my suspension. I don't know if I'm getting older. I gotta change my oil, but shit's weird.
Whoop, whoop.
Was that like a whoop? There it is.
No, I just hit a
Or was
booby,
that
man.
Gangnam Style?
I just Gangnam Style. That was cool, man. We did that on
Was
pirate
it?
ship in
Was
Cozumel.
it really
They
cool?
were like Gangnam Style, man.
Not
It's always-
Gang Bang'em Style. This is the video, not from college when you were.
Gangbang?
Young'em.
Gangnam. So, Tiffany, are you going to wear a Speedo at, not a Speedo, but a
Thong.
thong
I think it was
at the
T word
banquet?
you went with.
I think we need to go with it. Banquet for Tiffany.
All right. I got a couple more things I want to talk about, and obviously we're going to talk about some other series in Texas and then some upcoming stuff. So I want to definitely say thanks to the chat room, anybody that's in there talking to us.
You got any good
about
questions
it.
on there, bro?
That was my thing. I wanted to know if anybody obviously
It's getting
now-
longer.
Now that we've got Mullins off, not that we wanted to wait, but we had respect for Mullins because we knew he had to get his kid down and stuff like that.
There's
We
got to
didn't-
be a good, stupid question
We
on
didn't
there
want
by
to get
now.
too crazy before we had Mullins off. So
I have
please
one awesomeness.
bring us the stupid
Are
question.
they female or male? That's all I want to know.
It's online, dude. It could be whoever.
All right, dig
It's
it.
a transsexual that. Oh, it's
Bolton.
Bolton? That's not a real question.
So what is it?
Nobody has anything wrong.
Hey! I have one fan.
All right, Bolton. Let's talk about this really quick before we go ahead.
You may want to reconsider because everybody knows me as a really weird person. You don't understand, man.
Who would win in a race, the Bandits or the Duke Boys?
The Bandit wins every time.
Oh God.
The Duke boys are great, but they jump too much crap and crash.
You
And
know
they're
what?
always being chased by the police that are really stupid.
And they transport moonshine, which is just gonna weigh you down.
yeah.
It's-
But they are happier
I really-
because they
I
can
really-
just reach in the back seat and grab some moonshine out.
They're like, whoa! They're gonna go faster somewhere.
Although the Bandit
Right.
has a whole truck full of curs.
Curs?
Curs.
Curs.
Yeah, the Bandit has like a semi full of curs, man.
Like curs.
Like curs.
Is that C-U-R-S?
Yeah. If you're from Texas, it's C-U-R-S. If you're from McKinney, it's C-O-O-R-S.
Coors Light.
I drink that horse anyway.
It's funny because I was gonna be.
We just lost 10 followers that drink Coors.
They did drink. Wait, did they drink? If they drink Coors, they can get out of here. Because I want the Coors drinkers up in this show. Right?
Right on,
Right.
right on.
It's funny though because I think you're right. I think Bandits would win. The Bandits.
Well, the
would win.
Bandit had nitrous, and I don't think the Duke boys had
You know,
nitrous.
but they had moonshine. I mean, you pour that shit in that tank, you're moving.
No. That damn corn crap, that's what we're fighting on our dirt bikes blowing up our engines right now.
That's true. That's why I'm still carbureted. And
Dig
because
it.
I'm on a two-stroke.
Oh, man, we got to talk about, okay, we talked about Toru.
Toru.
You wanted to talk about T-Sec a little bit. We needed to put a plug in for those guys. We got an
Yeah.
upcoming race for those dudes.
We do have an upcoming race for TSEC, which is going to be a lot of fun this coming weekend. We're going to be back in West Texas, actually in the city of Post, another 2-day. So if you want to, TSEC membership, I believe might have just. I'm sorry?
2 weeks?
No, that is this weekend. So we're going to have a 2-day race. So we're going to have a 50-mile race on Saturday,
I
and
burped in the mic.
Jessica's giving us.
Ooh.
Oh, well, I'm going to tell everybody out online about
Go
a race
ahead.
this weekend, but not Cecil. So, Cecil, just shut up. You can't listen. So, 2-day race this coming weekend. It's going to be about a 50-mile race on Saturday, about a 65-mile race on Sunday. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Another 2-day event?
Another 2-day event, man. TSEC's really trying to step it up. The clubs in TSEC are really
That
trying
gives
to
you
help.
time to recover.
Well, I mean, you're
Instead of
dri-
doing 100 miles in one day, you got a day to like go eat,
Yeah,
carb
well,
up,
what's
whatever
good
you
is
do.
you got, you're driving 5 or 6 hours, so you're getting more for your money. It's the idea, you can get out there so you can decide I'm going to follow the series because every day is a new race, points-wise. So you're out there Saturday, you get 8th overall, you get 8th overall points. You're out there Sunday, you get 10th overall, you get 10th overall points towards the series. So, they're really trying to make it more worth it for the people that are
That's
out
a
there
very
riding.
interesting format. That's a pretty good idea, actually. That way you get
Yeah.
2 days of riding. You can consider your first day practice, next day race.
Well,
I need the iPad.
Not
We
even.
need to talk about some awesomeness right now, dude.
Oh, shit.
We're getting down to the end. We're running out of time. We're losing viewers. The best thing we need to talk about right now is 6-foot trophies and TCCRA.
I'm pretty sure we're picking up viewers right now because this shit is gold.
It's good, man. It's good. It's good. We always pick up viewers because we get along really good, man.
Typically, it's because my pants come off, and everybody loves that shit. But
I don't.
well, you
It's
just put your
embarrassing.
blinders on because no,
When you
it's-
take your pants off, dude, it's like scary, man, because that 2.5 inch long wiener scares me.
well, at least it got bigger from last time because last time it was only 2 inches.
All right, guys, hang on. I got to pour the beer. I'll be right with you. Brian's going to entertain you for just a second with
I
his
am.
2.5 inch long wiener.
All right, so what I have a feeling that he's going to talk about is because he has an iPad and I don't, and I'm still on my old school computer, which that's cool, I guess.
All right, boys and girls, what we really want to
Nope,
talk
nope,
about for
he's
just a
ready.
minute, and Brian's promised to give me time to talk about it. As you know, I'm BOD for TCCRA this year.
We didn't,
and,
but we do.
And we really want to talk about how great of a season we got coming up. First of all, you got all day Saturday to go out, ride your dirt bike, kick the dog around the yard if the bike don't run right, and all kinds of good stuff.
Don't
it's a
kick your wife around the yard. That
Don't
shit's
kick
illegal.
your wife. They will arrest you out there, and then we'll have to force you to leave the property. You got that all-day Saturday practice. Most importantly, unlike a lot of series,
I'm not gonna lie.
you
but
come
the
out
more
there.
you do this, the less they hear.
Really?
Yep.
Oh,
More you keep it in your mouth or close to your mouth.
really? But
Solid for everybody. I mean,
I
you don't
got
like
it.
flying around your mouth like that.
but I'm trying to figure it out, man. I'm not used to this, man. You're the big-time TV star. I'm just a follow-up.
What are you talking about? I'm just looking at the bike, man.
2.5 inches.
That's it. They used to call me Woody. Now they just call me 2.5er.
Unlike a lot of series out there, you come show up, you come out in place, you're an expert, you're top 3, you're going home with some wood, which is a very terminology my friend Woody
Man,
is
after
familiar
like
with.
an hour and a half race, I can't get it up for nothing. I don't know what you're
If
talking
you show up and you're an amateur, you're going to go home top 5 with wood.
about. Shit, I'm bumping myself down.
Yeah. Pee-wee participation for all. You bring your little kids out there, they get online, they start, they finish, they're going home with some
Hopefully just a trophy and not a boner.
wood.
Wood.
Thank you. Top 6 awards for the end of the year.
What about
So,
my daughter?
if
Is she
you're
going
in
home
the-
with wood? Because that really scares the shit out of me.
That would be bad. No wood.
Yeah.
Well, all the boys get wood, all the girls go home with nothing, all right, if you're a pee-wee rider.
That is the best way to put it to a father. Your daughter will not come away with anything if she comes and races this weekend.
The whole point is you're going to, if you got a little kid and they're on a 50 or 65,
Don't ever
they're going
do
to
that
go
again.
home
You
with
were
a
like-
trophy. They're going to have their own little something to lay on the mantle and go, look, Dad, how I did. And that right there is really important. And I think our Pee-wee program's been suffering in the last few years. And we could use some more Pee-wee riders out there. We're going to do some things to make it very good. Unlike most series out there,
Not
if you
just
got an
good,
old piece
very
of
good.
junk iron out in the garage and you call it a vintage bike, which I have a friend named
What?
Troy Anderson, which everybody knows his nickname is T-Roy. And all he does is brag about his vintage bike, and he thinks we're stupid for riding brand new bikes. And I'm like, dude, have you ever ridden 50
Yeah,
miles
he's
on
like,
it?
fuck your suspension.
That's right. That's right. Why would I ride around the track with 2 shocks?
Dampening is retarded.
So we're bringing in a vintage class this year. We're bringing it in just for you guys that want to
What class
ride
would I
around.
race in if I had a Can-Am 86 400?
You're going to ride with the ladies and minis, and you're going to have only 2 laps to do, and you're going home on your 2-shocker beat the hell out of you.
Because I'm like done.
We're going to start out with 2 classes. We're only going to have 2 classes to start with. If the series grows, we're going to be real careful not to conflict with
We need
the
to make
vintage
sure we mention
racing
night
series.
racing if it's happening. Just ask.
Night racing series, if y'all show up, Woody said he would ride 2 laps in his underwear. He can ride my bike with a headlight on. Of course, he won't need a headlight because if he's riding my bike, he's going to have some wood anyway. So,
Shit, yeah. It's going to be lit up with awesomeness.
because my bike has way more horsepower than his.
We're talking about your bike again?
Yes. My wiener's still bigger than yours, so we won't go there.
2.75-inch penis is way bigger than my 2.5-inch penis.
Oh, we brought in something really good this year. If you haven't raced in 4 years in TCCRA, let's say you're an intermediate guy, okay, for just example, and you haven't raced in 4 years.
I haven't raced in 4 years.
And, you're like, hey, I want to go out and check it out. I've got this old 76 dirt bike in the garage. I hadn't rode in 5 years, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to kick Cecil Parker's ass on this 76 model dirt bike. But you show up and you go, wait a minute, I got old tires on my bike. I don't think I can kick Cecil Parker's ass on my 76 dirt bike.
Those motherfuckers are dry rotted.
That's right. That's what they're going to be. You can go, well, I'm going to back down a class. I'm going to go ride intermediate until I find my stuff. You see what I'm saying? There's a lot of people been hurt by the economy. This is kind of where this rule's going. A lot of people been hurt with the economy. They've been out 4, 5, 6 years. So you've been out 4, 5, 6 years. You come sign up, move class down. You can go ride intermediate. No questions asked.
That's nice of them.
Yes. That's the Cecil Parker rule. Anyway.
If it's not called the Cecil Parker rule, when I show up, I'm going to be really pissed.
Have you been 4 years out?
No, but I'm still going to ask about the Cecil Parker rule.
Yeah, but you have been off 4 years. Your systems have been out.
Dude, I've only been to like a couple TCCRAs. Not because I don't like going to them.
He's scared. He's scared.
I'm scared.
He can't ride 2.5 hours full out. He can only ride 20 minutes full out, and he has to take over and breathe for a minute, smoke a cigarette.
Jesus, my balls hurt so much talking to you about this.
Last but not least, this is the last thing, and I'm done. I'm going to hand the mic back to my brother
you have
Woody
your own
here.
mic, man. You keep it. Shit, I don't want that back. You've been making out with it.
Hey, man, I spit on it a couple times, too.
Well, you got to lube it up before you get all up in there.
If you haven't ever raced TCCRA ever.
I've never raced TCCRA. Okay,
Yeah,
that's a lie.
If you go get your Whole Shot magazine out, go pick you up a Whole Shot magazine. Go pick you up a
Go
Whole
grab
Shot,
you a Whole Shot magazine.
and you'll see a picture of Woody in there getting the Whole Shot somewhere like they do.
Well, that's a lie.
Yeah, we were smoking crack when we brought that one up. But anyway, you get $10 off new members.
Ooh, so you get a Whole Shot magazine, you show up to the race, you get $10 off?
That's right.
It's pretty solid.
Solid. It's a coupon.
So can I have the iPad now?
Yeah.
I mean, I just get to keep it?
No. That belongs to Arlington School District. If you take it, we'll have to throw your ass in jail.
I think
I'm done.
I think
I'm
at this
done.
point, Jess should just have Cecil's mic, and he could just stand there and lip sync.
Can I take this mic home, man?
No.
I can think of some things to vibrate with this.
It's unfortunate.
Ooh.
Whoa! Steven, watch out. Steven's about to get...
Hold down there, little buddy. Oh, Steve's got wood.
Yeah.
Woody's wood.
Steven may have wound up in last, but he's still going away with a happy face. It's not the worst time.
How long we been online, Steve?
About an hour and 10 minutes.
Oh, shit. We're killing them. They
No,
gotta be
it's
done.
fine, it's fine.
How many
So-
viewers we got right now?
Oh, well, chat room is different from viewers. We have
With 10?
poor
We got-
analytics for live.
We got 3 viewers. We lost them all.
It's all right.
Lost them on the
If
TCCRA
If
stuff.
Mark is still watching, then I'm happy with it because he's a good friend.
You know who's still watching, don't you? We lost Mark. We bored them with the CCRA. We bored them to death, man.
That's fine.
Oh, not to mention you get a 6-foot-tall trophy and a jacket if you win your class. Bolton's here. Bolton, you're the man, bro.
America!
You the man.
Hell yeah, I love the fact that guy doesn't have a life and neither do we, and we can all...
Who is Bolton? Who is he? Who's Bolton?
So what they're saying is we've actually got viewers. We've got people in the chat room. We're actually having a good time. I'm having fun. So we've got Toro Banquet coming up this Friday night.
Tiffany Varnell's wearing a teabag.
And we're going to...
March 22nd. Don't listen to Brian. March 22nd.
Oh, March. Oh, wow.
March. 1 month.
March 22nd. So
1
not
month and 2
February
days.
Not February 22nd.
He can't
it's
count
coming
people.
up.
It'll be all right.
You know.
He went to college. I didn't. I
Do I
count
look like
better
a
than him.
Scientologist to you?
You look like a crackhead with the seat time hat on.
With the straw hat. Yeah, way to go, buddy. Get all up in there. Make it awesome. All right, so
Sorry for the crack joke, moms and dads, but that's just the way it goes.
Jess,
you know?
if you wouldn't mind. I appreciate it. Thanks, Mama. Okay.
All right.
So we talked about the fact that we've got the Toro Banquet coming up. We've got TCCRA getting ready to start. And then we've got
He's gonna do it.
We've got T-Sec this coming. That's
Brian Pierce, first time on television, he's gonna open his own bottle with Cecil Parker's professional beer opener. That's a professional. No. You're not even starting right, dude.
Well, I don't. Daddy's got to show me what's
You
up.
look like a crack mama trying to find the damn condom.
You realize I'm not actually trying, right?
Come on, man.
I don't want to. Dude, show the camera. Come on.
No.
Teach everybody at home.
No, we're gonna teach the man. You're my hero, man. We need to show you.
I don't want to spill on that.
Grab the bottle. Use the index finger and go.
Like full fisted?
You got to get closer to the top. It's like you're winging your thingy-dangy.
That's a little exciting there.
No, you're still not doing it right. This works off leverage, not prying. You're sucking on purpose. That's like going, my bike won't start, Daddy. Will you crank it up for me?
Thanks, Daddy!
Ring-a-ding-ding-ding-ding-ding.
It's unfortunate that somebody found me out, but somebody had to, I guess, at some point. But, Brap? Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Mama. That's weird.
Hey,
But
man,
we'll go with
so we're getting down to, I know we got to be running out of time, so.
Let's talk about your hair for a second.
Put your hat back.
Oh, yeah.
What's up with that mullet?
I introduced you to the hair club captain last weekend. What did
That-
you think about that 300-pound monster
That
with the
300
ponytail going all the way to his ass? You want to go talk bad about my
300-pound
haircut?
mullet.
He's like the hair club president. So I'll just introduce you to Mr. Wayne Henry next week.
No, I got introduced to Mr. Wayne Henry, and that mother dude had a wicked mullet.
Yeah. So, you want to pick on me, you can deal with my complaint
picking on
department,
you.
Wayne Henry.
I'm just pointing things out.
Hey, what about hey, did you hear that I'm talking about that. We got a lot of young pro kids in Texas, you know what I'm saying? A lot of really good young pro
They're
kids.
faster than me for sure.
And you got Wayne Henry not Wayne Henry, you got
Bubba
Bubba Henry.
Bubba.
Bubba Henry out of Louisiana. Well, the latest one, I guess you heard that me and Mr. Eric Wade had a few problems at the last race. You know what I'm saying? Eric Wade. He's riding the lights class in front of me.
Oh, yeah, the bad boys and whatnot.
I don't know if he's a bad boy or not, but he's Eric Wade.
We'll go with it. He's all right, Mr. Eric.
And
Wade.
I want to hand it to the guy because he wasn't scared of the old man. He's a tough dude. Kid's
Did
17
you
years
wrap
old.
him with your throttle hand or what?
That little son of a gun put me on the ground.
There's not many people that are not afraid to toss around Mr. Cecil Parker.
I got to hand it to the guy. The guy put me on the ground. It's
You
one
wouldn't get out
tough
of his
little.
way or what?
Well, I rode 4 laps in front of him, and then
You figure I could make it at least one more.
No. I pulled over and let him go by, and he took me out. And I went, well, you little smart ass. So I chased him down, and then he took me out again.
So did you learn your lesson?
Yeah. I learned my lesson. Don't get if Eric Wade comes up behind you, get the hell out of the way.
Get really, really far out of there.
Right. So we had this whole controversy after the race and everything else, man. And he comes up to me, and he's like, "We talked it out. We worked out our issues, But I tell you what, then I went to TCCRA sign up. I went to TCCRA sign up, and his mom comes up to me and goes, "I'm going to ride pro." Ooh, I feel sorry for the pro class because that dude's got a lot of stuff built up in there,
Yeah.
man.
It's not that he's going to be fast. It's he's going to be wide.
He's going to be really wide. That little dude could, it's just like you look at Bubba last year, he rode pro class, and he ended up 3rd or 4th or something like that. Bubba Henry, first year debut in the pro class. Now you got Eric Wade, and he's going to come up and ride his first year in the pro class. I'm putting in a little plug for the guy because I learned a little respect for him this weekend.
I've never plugged a guy before, but you just do what you need to do.
I'm not plugging a guy, man. Plugging Jess. I want to get that on camera.
I do, but that is the show that starts in 30 minutes. If you guys just want to go to my other website after seat time is over.
We got ctime.org.sex.com.
That's it. That's the way that I roll.
Oh, man.
All right. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about, though, that's coming up is the fact that there's another J-Day race, the Winter Series, round 2.
What about this there, man? What's that hanging over the side there, man?
Fucking, they call them bangs.
Man,
Grow a pair.
That looks like a damn.
He fucking
haircut,
mullet.
man.
Look at
Looks
just.
like something a guy
Come on.
in a bikini
Let's
would
go. Let's take off the straws and let's figure out whose hair looks better. Because my shit's
All right,
got-
vote now.
Yeah.
Vote now. We want to know who looks better. Blonde.
No, wait,
Goofy
wait.
brunette hanging over the side.
We don't want you to vote.
Wait a minute. Let me get my hair to flip over to the
Hold
top
on,
of my
hold
head
on,
and I
hold on,
can't
hold on.
breathe.
Wait for it. We don't want you to vote on who looks better because some men are better looking than others. It's about the hair. This motherfucker's got like half an inch right here, and then he's like draping it in the back. I mean, you could like roll those up as blinds.
All right, there's only one way to end this argument. We're going to LeBear's tomorrow night. We're going to put on a G-string, and we're going to dance and see who makes the most tips.
Who says I'm not doing that tonight?
Let's go, bitch. It's a dance-off.
All right, I just got called bitch by Cecil Parker. I know shit's gotten weird, and we probably need to start wrapping this crap up.
Yeah, we do.
I wanted to say,
Cover that up, please.
no, it's fine. You just get it off my head, you dirty son of a monkey. So we got OMA starting up this coming weekend in Alabama.
Sooner or later, I'm going to have to pee, so you really need to hurry.
Well, you're just going to have to hold it, old man. You've figured it out. You've driven lots of hours before. We got the OMA starting up this coming weekend. Obviously, Paul Wilby's going to try to figure out a way to see if he can. Now that he's got a little bit more competition coming in. Not that he hasn't had it before, but just that, more guys in the line means a little bit more competition. So we'll see how it goes. See if he can get another OMA, championship out of the deal. And then Atlanta Supercross, we're looking to see how the East Coast guys do. I mean, they had round 1 this past weekend in Dallas. I got to go, obviously, with this little wristband. That's not just because I went to the club and did a bunch of E. Shit happens, but whatever. And then obviously TSEC this coming weekend. We got Toro Banquet coming up. We got TCCRA getting ready to start. I mean, and if you were to be in the Northeast, there's J-Day with the Winter Series going on. Those motherfuckers are crazy. I don't want to be a part of that. That snow makes. I mean, my hands are purple now in my house with heat. It sounds dangerous. I don't know. Would you want to do that? Would you want to ride in the cold?
You got really small hands, dude. I feel sorry for
Kind
you.
of pathetic. I have to. Yeah.
You look like the spokesperson for Burger King, man.
I don't know if that makes sense, Cecil.
Have you seen the commercial? No. Got the little guy's got the little bitty hands. He can't fit the hamburger in his hand. It's the Burger King commercial. It's like, I can't eat the burger because my hands are too small. That was like a 6 months ago commercial, man.
Yeah, 6 months ago, 80 years, whatever.
Yeah.
All right. So, episode 74 with Mr. Cecil Parker. I'm Brian Pierce, obviously the host of Seat Time. This has been a phenomenal event. We really can only bring Cecil in every now and again because
not everybody can take it.
Yeah, not only does he get really drunk, but that just means that Jess is going to start pouring my drinks half as weak, and that means I get really drunk because I can't handle a Cecil-sized drink. But so one of our last partners that we have to say thank you very much to because of Seat Time is Squarespace. So for those of you who don't know, squarespace.com/seattime is the URL that you can go to. They are the place you need to be if you want to create an exceptional website. So if you're going, oh my gosh, I'm an athlete. I want to try to get a little bit more, knowledge, a little bit more push out there, put some pictures, put some videos, talk about yourself, put some blogs out there, some race reports, really talk about your sponsors. Squarespace is the place to do it because that way it's you and Squarespace. They do all the hosting, they do all the software, all the hardware behind you having a great website, an exceptional, great website.
That sounds pretty good, dude.
Yeah, and what's even better is the fact that you can get 10% off. So if you go there, you could use the discount code SEATTIME1. Save you 10% off of your first purchase. So
Seat Time's awesome, man.
Seat Time's not too bad. So if you were to say, oh, I'd like to buy a month, you get 10% off your first month. If you're like, oh, I'm going to buy a year, you get 10% off your first year. So obviously, the more you buy, the better it gets. So thank you very much to Squarespace for their partnership with Seat Time. Really, really appreciate it. Squarespace.com/SeatTime. Discount code is SeatTime1.
Bam!
Yeah. So where do you find Seat Time, Mr. Cecil Parker?
Where did I find Seat Time?
Yeah.
On my dirt bike. Or on Jessica.
Hey-o.
It's either or.
It's interesting. I find it at seattime.co is the website for Seat Time if you guys wanted to try to find us online.
They didn't teach us how to spell in Terrell.
Well, unfortunately, yeah, I mean, we'll just go with it. That's unfortunate that they didn't teach you any of that. But seattime.co, if you put a bunch of letters together that made semi kind of words, that would be a URL. The URL would be seattime.co. That's where you would go find all these kinds of little fun archives, places you can watch these shows. If you were to try to find us on Facebook because of the fact that you're, Man, work sucks today. What am I going to
And
do?
then,
I'm gonna
wait
Facebook
a minute. Wait a minute. And the more y'all watch, the more Woody's going to invite me back. So y'all should all be watching this shit like
Yeah.
in droves, man. We need 400 hits. Come on, people.
400. No, we're going for better than 400. We can get 400 on a boring night.
Really?
Yeah.
The last show we did only got like 300, I thought.
That's because we weren't live. Guess what we are now?
Live?
Live.
You're live,
So,
bro. You're the
live
best.
on Facebook, facebook.com/SeaTime. That's where you want to find us. And then if you were to find us on Twitter, because of the fact you like tweeting us real hard, because I like getting tweeted real hard. I mean, it's dirty. I'm into it. Just blow it up.
I'm going to get
Twitter.com.
tweeted on the way home, man. That's good stuff. Ain't nothing like getting tweeted.
I just want it to happen at that point. I'm just like, just go with it. Just talk. Just meow, 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 meow. Twitter.com/SeatTime_CEO is where you can find us on Twitter. If you
I've
wanted to
never
tweet us real
tweeted
hard.
in my life.
That's all right. Well, if you were to start tweeting, how would you tweet?
I'd be like, tweet, tweet, tweet.
Tweet, tweet, tweet. All right, everybody, there it is. That's Seat Time. Episode 74. We had Mr. Charlie Mullins on earlier. Really hope you guys had a lot of fun with that. I know that I did. And if you were to try to find Seat Time, you could find us on YouTube, on our website. You could find
Yo,
us
bro. Thanks for having me. It was a good time.
Stitcher, iTunes, all those places. You can watch the video, listen to the audio, join us in the chat room. We like it. We dig it.
Boom.
If nothing else.
Are we going to
No,
yeah!
we're not.
Do you got a pair of balls?
You
bro?
are gonna
got a
chug
pair
your
of
beer.
balls?
You're gonna chug your beer.
No, you got a pair of balls? Come on, bro.
Gosh
You
darn
can
it! I'm gonna
chug.
spill on. Hey, Steven.
Come on,
I'm gonna
man.
spill on that fucking thing.
If you can't chug, you can't ride.
I can't
baby.
chug.
You done told everybody who's faster than me. At least
All right.
I'll chug you.
This is Seat Time. Always enjoy a pint full of awesome. We'll see you guys at the races. I apologize for the fact that I suck at sucking.